I am the ghost who paid 40,000 pieces of silver to be taught how to breathe, and they handed me a plastic straw with a hole in it. Concordia University, Texas. Austin say it's slow, like a lullaby that kills Yaup and its iron gates the way a spider welcomes do. Glittering, sticky, already digesting. I arrived in a linen dress the color of last summer's hope, suitcase stitched by my baba who still believes America is a kindness. The shuttle bus smelled of bleach and wet pizza. The driver never looked at me, only at my luggage tag, as if my name were a debt. The campus lawns are shaved so close the grass blades look frightened. Every blade the same height, trembling, like children forced to sing in church. They tell us this is community. I whisper back, community is not when every throat sings the same note. It is when someone hears the cracked one and stays. They give me a room the size of a czar's coffin. The mattress has the personality of wet newspaper. When I lie down, it exhales a sigh of other people's skin flakes. The walls are painted eggshell, which is marketing for nothing. I press my cheek to it anyway, because loneliness is a color too, and it matches. Day 1, I ask the lady in student success for help registering. She is chewing gum that smells like a hospital gift shop. I explain my disability, how some mornings, my bones are made of fog, and my tongue forgets its own address. She taps the attendance policy with an acrylic nail shaped like a talon. We need you in seat, sweetie, otherwise the federal dollars evaporate. She says sweetie the way a wolf says little lamb. I nod, because my English is still too soft for rage. Inside, my heart folds itself into a paper swan and drowns in the puddle of my ribcage. They make me take a class called Christian Worldview. The textbook costs $119.99, which is exactly the price of one human soul on clearance. The professor is adjunct, which is Latin for hungry. He reads the PowerPoint aloud, word by word, like a bedtime story for the already comatose. When I ask a question, he says that S above my pay grade, and everyone laughs because we have been trained to laugh at truth. I write the sentence in my notebook and underline it 3 times, the way you underline the name of a boy who never texted back. This is the moment I understand education can be a weapon that fires blanks and still kills you. The recoil is disappointment, the smoke is debt. The cafeteria is a cathedral of reheated grief. The scrambled eggs are the color of sadness on a fogged mirror. They taste like someone whispered egg into a sponge and microwaved it. The bacon is so thin you could read the Lord's Prayer through Edie Tried. The grease spelled out abandonment. I chew 32 times because my mother taught me manners, even when the food is an insult. My stomach files a complaint to the UN, but the UN is busy, so the ache just becomes my new personality trait. I email financial aid. Subject line, please, I am rotting. They reply after 17 days, a single sentence. Check your portal. The portal is a maze designed by minotaurs on Adderall. Every click spawns 3 pop-ups of the president smiling like a toothpaste commercial from 1997. His teeth are so white they have never known consequence. I imagine those teeth biting into my future, leaving tiny bite marks on every dream I had of becoming a principal who would protect disabled kids like me. They refuse to let me sit the principal exam because I get THISME degree audit is missing a signature that no employee currently alive remembers how to give. I call. I am transferred to 7 humans and 1 voicemail that sounds like it was recorded inside a coffin. Each transfer drops my call the way a sociopath drops a baby, without looking back. I picture my petition sitting in a drawer labeled Orphaned Hope, beside other people's dropped calls and broken visas. The Dean S list comes out. I made it 3.94 GPA, which is the
academic equivalent of scrubbing blood off the floor with your own hair. They never email me. I find out by accident while eavesdropping on 2 girls vaping.
If you're thinking of spending time or money anywhere near Concordia University, Texas, brace yourself. The businesses around here feel like they were designed by someone who read about hospitality in a comic book and decided the villain should win. I'm not talking about the odd, grumpy cashier. I'm talking about a whole postcode that seems to have agreed, in secret, to treat every customer like a trespasser who still owes rent. Let's start with the shiny maze they call the domain. From the road it sparkles up close, it smells like broken promises and cheap cologne. The stairwells double as lost and found for drug paraphernalia. Yes, actual cracked pipes left to decorate the steps like modern art. After dark, the parking garages turn into free drag racing strips for motorcycles that believe 1 a.m. is the perfect hour to rehearse for fast, furious Austin drift. Security? Nowhere. If you decide to leave your car there, treat it like a blind date, low expectations, full insurance, and maybe a tracker. Inside the mall, the air conditioning works, but nothing else does. Signs swear shops close at 9, the staff bolt the doors at 10 to 6 while you're still holding a blouse and a dying dream. One visitor, let's call him Navy Shirt Guy, discovered the men's section only stocks 5 colors: beige, gray, soft green, navy, and the funeral black. When he asked for anything brighter, the rack stared back like, "Sir, this is a Wes Anderson film, not a carnival." He left wearing the same shirt he arrived in, only now it smelled of disappointment. Walk a little farther and you'll spot Viva Day Spa, the place that photoshops paradise on its website but forgets to build it in real life. They'll book you a blissful 3-month-ahead birthday package, then ring 2 days before to announce your medical clearance expired, like a passport you never knew you owned. Reschedule, rearrange, take a deep breath, and they still charge the full price when nobody updates the calendar. Inside, the relaxation lounge is literally a hallway bench next to a bar blasting trap music. Imagine trying to meditate while someone next door yells over Cardi B. That's the soundtrack to your 400 facial. One esthetician spent 20 minutes excavating a woman's forehead freckle, convinced it was an ingrown hair. She went home with a crater, a band-aid, and a new fear of bright lamps. Moral: if you love your birthmarks, announce them like wedding vows before anyone touches your face. Hungry. Tarka Indian Kitchen promises curries that taste like they were simmered in a rush-hour traffic jam. The biryani arrives as dried-out rice with 3 microscopic pieces of lamb, rubber cubes that could double as pencil erasers. Mango lassi tastes like someone watered down cheap concentrate and whispered "mango" over the cup for inspiration. One diner found a bug doing backstroke across the spice tray when he flagged it. The staff stared as if he'd brought his own pet. Extra meat costs extra money, but the kitchen forgets the extra part and keeps the cash. Even the roti arrives half-raw, floppy and pale like it just saw a ghost and never recovered. Juiceland, the neon health shrine, will sell you a smoothie so salty you could float an egg in it. Wait 45 minutes and watch 3 employees forget who ordered what eventually they hand you someone else's drink with a coupon for next time. Because nothing says sorry like the chance to roll the dice again. One guy woke up at 3 a.m. after a fragile roller, stomach somersaulting like an Olympic routine. He traced it back to the same location, this one, the one that smells faintly of dumpster fondue if the wind hits right. Need to burn off the trauma? Lifetime Fitness charges VIP money for a locker room that looks like a haunted swamp. Razors on the floor, hair in the drains, towels gone missing. Imagine a frat house after finals, only the dues are $250 a month and rising. Kids Club.
More like kids. Fight Club. 1 2-year-old left so terrified she now screams at the mere sight of the building. Her 4-year-old sister earned a concussion during gymnastics, while the teacher set up camp in the only camera blind spot. Management's response: try exposure therapy. Translation: pay us to traumatize your toddler and call it character building. After sunset, midnight cowboy opens its secret door, promising old Hollywood cocktails. What you?
Hey there, I've been looking into some pretty upsetting stuff near Concordia University, Texas, Austin. It's like the stories I've come across, they just make you question who you can trust when you're just trying to enjoy a short stay. So near Concordia, there's this locksmith store that got bombarded with fake negative reviews. It's just so wrong, These reviews were so harsh, saying things like the service was incompetent and not to be trusted. I mean, can you imagine, you're a tourist, you lock yourself out of your Airbnb, and you find a local locksmith online only to discover it's all a sham. It's like the real people behind the store, they must have been so heartbroken. And the tourists, they probably ended up paying way too much to some random person who claimed they could help. And the scammers, I bet they just moved on to the next business, smiling at the chaos they left behind. Then there's this surge in retail theft around the area. It's not just locals who are affected, tourists are easy targets too. Picture this: you in a cute little shop, picking up souvenirs, and someone just walks out with the item you were eyeing, right out from under your nose. It's like the store owners are so fed up they have to hire security, and that just adds to the tension. You can't help but glance over your shoulder, wondering if you're being watched by a thief or a guard, and the thieves. They're probably long gone, flaunting their stolen goods with no remorse. And oh, this other story about an Austin store that sold an '83 $5 million lottery ticket. It's like winning the lottery, but then you ray under a microscope with everyone wondering if you cheated. The store came under scrutiny, and it just casts a shadow on every transaction there. Tourists buying lottery tickets for fun, they left wondering if their chance at luck is just another setup. What likely happened? The store probably had to deal with endless questions and doubt, while the winner, well, they probably off celebrating, hoping no one takes their joy away. Lastly, there's this new wave of deepfake and AI scams. It's like you can't trust your eyes or ears anymore. You walk into a store because you saw a video online, but it's all fake, generated by some smart algorithm designed to trick you. It's happening right here near Concordia. The scammers are so sneaky, using technology to create believable illusions. Tourists might fall for it, thinking they're getting a great deal, only to find out it's all a lie. And the scammers, they're probably laughing at how easily they can